School is starting. Let's see what's in the backpack. Notebook. Crazy textbook. Darts. And Stryfle. Never leave home without it. Hello everybody, this is Chris from Aeromech, and just a quick life update here, I guess you'd call it. I recently have acquired my Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Yes, I have a degree. It is very exciting for me, and with that I am now in grad school. So this setup is, I'm going to call this a temporary setup until I find a better means of filming my stuff. But here we go. This is my new dorm room, and with a new school comes new rules too, especially with HVZ. Let's go over this Stryfle and how it relates to all that. You see I've removed the big barrel that would have been in the front and moved the light back here. This is because at this university I'm at, the HVZ dictates that when a blaster is in a building it must be concealed or in a backpack or something like that. Basically, they don't want you brandishing these blasters all around in the building, potentially creating trouble, which I think is a very valid and fair point. At my old school it was much more lax. I carried around a completely uncut Stampede, full size, over there, and just put it under my desk, and I got a couple of looks, but nothing big. No big problems with administration or anything like that. But for this, it was imperative that this blaster could fit in a backpack, and if you take off that front barrel, it absolutely can. So that's just respecting the school and respecting the rules there, because again, with HVZ, we are kind of weirdos at best, but at worst we can be seen as troublemakers, and that's exactly what we don't want to be, because all it's going to take is one professor, one student, or anyone like that to see us and say, hey, that looks dangerous, that looks silly, that looks stupid, someone's going to get hurt. Oh, are those actual weapons they're carrying? You'd be surprised. Point being is that this, as you can see, unpainted, or where it is painted, bright blue, orange, nothing black, nothing gunmetal. Even this, I'm probably going to put a little piece of orange tape on the end of this light, but it's just every precaution you could take is not a bad one in this case, especially in the world that we currently live in now. With this particular loadout, however, it must fit in a backpack as shown, and even with that 25 round drum, it does it very well. The reason I chose the 25 drum is exactly for that reason. Its full profile fits perfectly in this backpack, whereas if you use a stick mag, an 18 round stick mag, it would not at all. So the 25 round drum, I've had quibbles with drums before, but so far using this 25 round, I haven't had any real problems with it. If I've had problems with this, I've had it with the 18 mags too, and I think that's just how the Stryfe is. You need to pull this trigger fully back, which is, you know, 3/4 to 1 inch of travel, so it's a big trigger pull. So to keep this thing operating correctly, just make sure that trigger is pulled all the way back, released all the way forward, all the way back, and all the way forward, and you shouldn't have any problems. Even with the supposedly weaker springs in this drum magazine, I haven't had any problems with it, so you know what? I'm rocking it like this. If I have to go to class, then I'm using this mag, but of course, if I am going on a dedicated mission where I won't be going into buildings or anything, I'm using stick mags. But you could see why I would not use the stick mags in the backpack. It's a little bit more ammunition. You have 18 plus 18, so 36. But at the same time, you can't have this at the ready. I can't pull this out and have it ready to fire. It's one more step of adding this guy in or taking it out too, which in retrospect isn't a big deal, but if I have the drum already in there, it's just one less thing I have to worry about when I just pull it out of my bag. The benefit to having the two stick mags, though, is obviously you have a little bit more ammunition, but even more importantly, you have 18 in this one, 18 in this one, so even if these guys, if you run out of darts in this magazine, you still have darts here. That means that because you have an open magazine here, you can keep loading this magazine while this magazine is still active in your blaster. So even if you run completely dry here and need to flip around, this magazine that was on the bottom is going to have 6 or 7 or 8 darts in it. Even if it's not completely full, it's going to have something. That way you can at least shoot at the zombies with some darts that you just reloaded from the other side. And you just repeat that here. So carry some extra darts in your pocket. Obviously pick them up off the floor. Most people are using elite darts these days anyways. These will fire streamlines no problem. Just a little less accurately. And again, this all goes, I guess, loops back into the HVZ etiquette. You know, don't point your blaster at non-players. Respect NPCs. If you have to hold the game, go ahead, hold it, let somebody pass. Don't brandish your blaster at anybody. It's just, use common sense. That's the best thing I can tell you. And of course, you know, looking very much forward to this new school I'm at. And I hope to get you some cool footage should I continue to participate in HVZ stuff. See you guys soon. Nerf on.